Hi, I'm going to show you how to fill a web form using a method called Web Process Automation, also known as WebBrother RPA. There are a few ways of doing this, such as using a programming language like Python, but today we're going to be using the Wrk Automation Platform. By using this platform, we can do all of it without any code or advanced technical knowledge. However, some basic understanding of web components is still required for this particular example. Now, let's take a look at the web form we're trying to fill. I built this form using Native Forms, a popular form building tool. I didn't want to use a live form and spam the owner, so this dummy here will work perfectly for our example. Of course, this method will work with basically any web form out there. Looking at the form, we have some basic elements such as text field, a checkbox, a drop-down menu, a calendar, and a text box. It doesn't matter if the form is more complex or longer, this method will work on any web form. Now let's switch to the tool. This is what we call the workflow designer. It's a visual representation of the flow of actions we want to take. I already built a workflow here to keep the video concise, but let me know if you would like to see more detailed step-by-step process. We first start by opening a browser session using the Open a Browser Session work action. And we put in the link of the web form we want to fill. This is followed by a series of actions to fill in the field in the form. Looking at the configuration here, I identified the field using its CSS element. In this case, input number sign first. I marked it as a text field, and I put in the value that I wanted to fill it with. I'm not going to go through all of the different steps, but let's look at a couple more actions. I click on an element on a website to choose the calendar days in the form. Similarly to the previous action, I identify the web component using the CSS element. The rest of the actions here are more or less the same, with different values to fill in. For convenience, I use some other actions such as send to launch console and capture a screenshot to get visuals of what the web automation is doing. Now, let's see what happens when I launch it. Over here, we get a breakdown of what is happening. And it is starting to open the session. I also configured it so that I can view the automation live. On this link that just appeared, by clicking on it, I can see what it is doing in the background. We can now see the web automation doing its magic and mimicking a person filling the form. Also, we'll get a screenshot at the end so I can have a trace of what happened. And all of that was done using the workflow designer that I showed you previously. It is now filling in the calendar and typing in all the values that I asked it to do. And just like that, we have filled a web form using the web automation. And I get the final screenshot of what it did. Now, this is only one form, but by combining this with other actions, we can read data from a source such as your ERP or an Excel file, and we can use the data to fill in as many forms as needed, all of which you can do on the platform. You can also run multiple sessions in parallel, so you could be filling thousands of forms in no time. The platform is free up to a certain point. You get free credits that replenish every month. This example I used today costs about 70 cents per form. So that's about 50 forms you can do for free. every month. That is all for today. If you do have any question, please post in the comment below and I will try my best to answer them. I hope this was useful to you. Thank you.